Rams house, we've got a doozy for you on today's episode of the Rams Report presented by Prize Picks. I think it might actually be happening, guys. Aaron Donald was seen, according to TMZ, at the Rams practice facility working out today. I am not joking. I am not kidding right now. Aaron Donald was at the Rams practice facility working out today and I'm not going to say he was working out with other members of the Los Angeles Rams because we don't see that in the video. We don't see that in the photos that TMZ posted, but he's there. And for those of you who weren't aware, this would not be as significant as it definitely is if Aaron was just, in the gym. If he was just lifting weights in the Rams gym, I would not be here making this video right now. Because for those of you that don't know, Aaron Donald can go to the Rams gym whenever he wants. And that probably makes sense to all of you, given the relationship he has with the franchise, given obviously his status with the franchise. I mean, it's like his gym, you know what I mean? He can go there whenever he wants. He's got an open, eternal gym membership at the Rams facilities. But this was on the practice field. This wasn't in the gym. This wasn't lifting weights like we see in the Instagram videos. This was a lot more like that other Instagram video of Jaquan Brisker and him, where he was showing Brisker some pass rush moves. This is him out on the field. This is him look ready to do some work, do some drills on the field. We don't see him doing drills in this, man. That would have been just too much, wouldn't it? But you see him, he's carrying what looks like pads in his hand, and he's wearing what looks like kind of a practice jersey. You just can't make this up, can you? You really just cannot make this up. As soon as I saw this, I was out at dinner. My parents are in town this weekend, so I was out, and I didn't see this until a little bit later. So I'm sure a couple of you are like, Jackson, where were you on this one? I totally get that. I know I was a little bit later than usual. I do apologize for that. But I was out at dinner with the family. But as soon as I got back, I look at my phone and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I don't have notifications on for TMZ. I'll be transparent about that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Maybe I should at this point, but I didn't see it from them. I ultimately saw it from off the top of my head. I cannot think of the page, but a Rams page on Twitter. Ian, Rams Up Ian. Shout out to Rams Up Ian. Good podcast that he does. I saw it from him. And then as soon as I did, I was like, oh my God. I got to go right now. So I know we're a little bit later than usual, so I apologize for that. But this is, I feel like, I can't say it's exactly what we've been waiting for, right? Because it isn't yet. But we're getting really close. You know what I mean? Like, we are inching our way towards this being a reality. And I really do feel that is the case. Like, I don't think you show up to the Rams practice facility to do on the field workouts in a practice uniform, seemingly, if you're not, why else would you do it? It doesn't make sense from any other perspective. And coming up in a minute, I actually had pre-filmed the video for you guys. It's supposed to go out Monday, but I want to talk a little bit more about some of the other things that we've seen from Aaron that have definitely indicated to us pretty clearly over these last couple of weeks and days, and really just this last week. Because, we've followed this story along the way. For those of you who've been subscribed to the Rams Report, we've been keeping you guys updated on this. But we know the smoke has never died down. And where there's smoke, there often tends to be fire. And coming up we're going to talk about how close we're getting to actual fire. But before we do that, I've got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And guys, that's the good people over at Prize Picks. If you're a regular viewer of the Rams Report, then you know all about our friends over at Prize Picks. But if you've never tuned into our show before, or you've never heard of America's #1 sports picks app, there's no easier way to play daily fantasy than with our friends at Prize Picks. Guys, all you have to do to put together your lineup like this one right here that I had rolling for the World Cup today is pick from 2 to 6 players. You're selecting more or less on their stat projections. Like here we went with the more on Lamine Yamal's goals, the more on shots on target, the more on Mikel Oyarzabal to get a shot on target. And tomorrow we're looking for the more on Erling Haaland. I'm sure it's actually today for a lot of you, given it's late on Friday when we're posting this. But today or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this, we're looking for the more from Erling Haaland against England. He needs to get a goal for us there. And some of you astute viewers may have noticed, you might think this lineup's already done so because Lamine Yamal did not get that goal today. But here's what I love about Prize Picks that I don't ever see any other sports picks apps offering stuff like this is it's a flex play. You can actually get 3 of these correct, not 4 picks, and still end up cashing out. I'll cash out $10 if I get an Erling Haaland goal tomorrow. And I used a protected play promotion on this as well. So even if that doesn't happen, I'm taking back my 20 to begin with. So again, you guys can play alongside me, take advantage of things like flex plays, protected plays, and tailor fade my lineups all over at Prize Picks. Just sign up with code HMA if you're brand new to Prize Picks, and you're going to get an extra $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA when you play your first $5 lineup to get an extra $50 in lineups with Prize Picks. The clickable link to download the app is in the comments and the description below. As always, a big shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video and being our presenting sponsor here at Chat Sports. Let's get back to discussing Aaron Donald, though, because again, this is something that we've been keeping tabs on, and it's stuff like this. This is exactly why, and I talked about this recently when we did a mailbag. Some of you guys I know are a little tired of hearing about the Aaron Donald stuff before the news breaks, but do you not want to hear about this? Do you not want to know when Aaron Donald shows up to the Rams practice facility to do on-field workouts? Is that not significant? Like at the end of the day, this is why we cover every moment of it so we don't miss these things like this. Because again, we know we're getting close. We know we're getting close when things like this happen. When he is, and again, and I may still push this video out on Monday, but you guys would be aware that we filmed it beforehand, before this news broke. But in that video on Monday, what we're going to break down is everything he's been doing on Instagram. And like Aaron Donald is not the type of person, and throughout his career has not been the type of person. I do not know him personally, so I'm not speaking from personal experience knowing him, nor am I trying to. But our impression, given everything we know about him through his public behavior, is that he is somebody who, he's not going to go out of his way to seek the limelight. He's not going to go out of his way to seek attention, especially post-retirement. He does his podcast, but he doesn't do a ton of interviews. He's not doing a ton of TV appearances. He's kind of in his own circle. So when you start to see him commenting on things like Clutch Points' post with an eyes emoji when they post a photo of him with 2 Super Bowl rings, when you start to see him doing a good deed of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Of course, our thoughts are with Chris Johnson and his unfortunate situation with ALS, just an unbelievable diagnosis that rattled me when I heard it. Someone that I grew up watching play football, just to take a second there, that absolutely rattled me. But Aaron Donald participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge, which is being brought back. And of course, that alone is a fantastic thing to do, continue to spread awareness of ALS and continue to help fund research against it. But the people he tagged in his Ice Bucket Challenge post, Kobe Turner, Myles Garrett, Puka Nacua, 3 current Rams. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people he could have tagged. He could have tagged his former teammates. He could have tagged any number of other people associated with the Rams or in the NFL that he knows and is friends with But instead, he chooses 3 active Rams, including the guy everyone's excited about the possibility of him suiting up with. Again, I feel like the teacher from The Incredibles in that one scene. But I'm pointing at this TV and I'm telling you guys, coincidence? I think not. I think not. It's all this stuff. This is not coincidental. This is not smoke. Him working out at the Rams practice facility, everything he's been doing on Instagram, the story of his son in a game day jersey, getting ready for game day again. None of this is coincidental. None of this is being done on accident. It's all being done to send a pretty clear message that he is at the very least seriously considering it. I think he was seriously considering it. And when you get to the point where you're working out at the practice facility in a practice jersey, you know, short of having him announced by the team, what else do we need here, guys? Like, I do genuinely feel like this is happening. There is a part of me that feels like it maybe already did. At the end of the day, we're going to find out pretty soon here, but I'm very excited. I think every Rams fan should be at the edge of their seat right now. And every minute of this, just like we cover every bit of Rams news, is going to be covered for you here on the Rams Report. So if you're not already subscribed and you made it to this point in today's video and you are fired up, half as fired up as I am, guys, I can't even do this with a straight face. I'm just too excited. I'm too giddy about the idea that Aaron Donald is going to come back. Then make sure you're subscribed, because every update that we get, we are going to cover it for you guys. I'm still going to push that video on Monday. I've decided, just for those of you who haven't seen all of the other news, probably film a little addendum clip to the beginning of it that just says like, hey, this also happened. But at the end of the day, we're going to keep covering everything that happens around Aaron Donald. Watch out for that video on Monday. And also, a little bit of self-promotion here, watch out for a stream that we're doing on Monday. We're going to be going live playing College Football 27. For those of you who are fans of that game, we're going to see if we can win a national championship with Kent State on the main Chat Sports channel. That'll be live at 2 p.m. on Monday. Don't worry, we'll still have Rams content coming out. I've got a lot of stuff pre-filmed for you guys that'll roll on Monday and Tuesday. So stay tuned for all of that. And hopefully I'll see you for the stream and for more videos on Monday, if not.